Hey everyone, this is Joe at the National Weather Service in Billings. It was a busy year of weather with many high-impact events across our forecast area. We thought it would be interesting to highlight the top 5 weather events of the year as voted on by a couple of our forecasters, listed in chronological order. Let's take a look. The first on our list is the abundance of winter we had packed into February. Billings received 37 inches of snow, a record for the month, and it was the second snowiest month we've ever seen. Ironically, this happened in our shortest month of the year. At least an inch of snow fell on a whopping 12 days. Billings dropped to 23 degrees below zero on the 6th, the coldest temperature seen at the airport since 1997. Of course, this was only 1 month of a snowy 3-month period beginning in December, and by the time the winter was over, we eclipsed 100 inches for the first time in our history. Total snowfall for the season was 103.5 inches, but most of that was during the midwinter months. Finally, a warm-up in March led to areas of significant flooding as the lower elevation snow melted rapidly and interacted with ice-jammed rivers and streams. Areas in and around Livingston and Roundup were hit particularly hard with flood problems. Second was the May 18th severe thunderstorm, which produced an abundance of large hail and extensive house and car damage throughout much of the city of Billings. Check out some of these hail and damage pictures. It was certainly a memorable storm for the residents of Billings. In addition to hail, which was as large as baseballs, this storm also produced 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and caused some power outages on the West End and in Laurel. The wind and hail also caused crop damage nearby. You can see on the map of the Billings area the several reports of large hail that we received at our office. The largest hail occurred in the Heights. The first EF3 tornado in our forecast area occurred on June 17th. Near Capitol in Carter County. The radar image here shows a classic tornado signature with strong and tight rotation in the storm. The tornado was on the ground for about an hour, traveled about 10 miles, and was reported to be a half-mile wide at times. Though the tornado occurred in a rural area, there was some damage, including a mobile home, an old schoolhouse, and power poles. A few vehicles were tossed about 200 yards by the tornado. Also, many hay bales were picked up and never recovered. The fourth event on our list was the incredible August rain event, which produced as much as 7 inches of rain in the Roundup area over a 3-day period. A slow-moving but very dynamic storm system was responsible for this event. A storm system which was much stronger than we typically see in mid to late summer. The map of rainfall totals here shows an area of 5 inches or more of rain across Golden Valley, Muscle Shell, Treasure, and northern Rosebud counties. It was estimated that this was a once in 100 years precipitation event for the region. Remarkably, this rainfall did not cause significant flooding in our area, though streams and rivers were certainly elevated and there was some lowland flooding. Much of the water was able to soak into what was very dry ground. This storm system also brought cooler than normal temperatures, and interestingly, Billings failed to reach 70 degrees for 5 consecutive days, which was a record for the months of July and August. Also, some snow fell over the higher peaks, including Beartooth Pass. Finally, we had a very early season snow event on the 10th and 11th of September. This cold weather system did not produce any snowfall in Billings, but it was close. Several inches of snow fell along the mountains and foothills, with over a foot observed in Story. Check out the picture of the house. The heavy wet snow caused some tree damage, especially along the east side of the Bighorn Mountains, where the heaviest snow fell. Cold air behind the system caused some record low temperatures, including Sheridan, where the low of 18 degrees on the morning of the 12th was the coldest ever so early in the season. As I said before, it was a busy year. So I wanted to give an honorable mention to just a few other events. These include the day of high winds across the area on January 13th, the May 28th severe thunderstorm winds at Sheridan, where gusts were as high as 75 miles per hour, a strong microburst in Ekalaka in August, and the intense Arctic frontal passage we experienced on the 29th and 30th of November. Temperatures fell about 60 degrees in 24 hours. Well, this concludes our video. Thank you for listening and have a great 2015, everyone.